Go back there on the left.
I guess, Jeremy, can you just describe that moment and what you were looking for in that situation?
I mean, that was a long game. That was a long game, but you still got to lock in, try to put together good at-bats. And, yeah, I was just trying to stay inside the baseball. Thought I drove it in the gap, but it just happened to leave the ball field.
Go in the front and the middle over here.
Can you just talk a little about, I guess, the performance of your pitching staff there? I mean, throwing a shutout and I think over 20 strikeouts tonight.
I mean, we was just talking about that in the clubhouse. This at-bat was not going to be possible if our pitching staff didn't keep us in the ball game. They dominated all game. Their pitching staff dominated all game. And, yeah, as these guys have done it all year. So shout out to them. This guy's a dog, man.
We've added Luis Garcia, so if anyone has anything for him, fire away. Go on the back left.
Jeremy, can you, as someone who was out there for all 18 innings, can you describe how, I guess, physically and mentally exhausting that whole game was?
Well, I'm tired. That was a long game. But like I said, in the playoffs, the crowd was into it the whole game, and shout out to their fans and their team. They put up a great fight. Not one fan left the stadium, and that's pretty cool to see. But, yeah, we try to stay locked in all game and come out on top.
Go right in the middle.
This one's for Luis. Just what was your mindset going in, and just how you had to focus the whole time in terms of, when you're pitching with the crowd going out there, an important game for you guys to close it out?
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to maintain the game as it was going, so I was trying to go pitch by pitch, out by out, inning by inning, and I'm really happy that I did the work that the team needed.
Go back here in the front.
Was there anything specific from Mariners hitters that you guys were trying to exploit, or anything that you think really led to the success that you guys had tonight?
No. As a pitching staff, we were trying to do our work that we were doing all season long, and I think we are improving what we've been doing this whole time. So we're trying to do the same. Attack and try to make outs.
Anyone else for Jeremy or Luis? Go on the back left.
Luis, from when you were watching those first, 13 innings or whatever it was before you came in, what was it like watching your pitching staff put up that kind of performance? And did you have the feeling of feeling like you needed to try and match that as when you came in?
I mean, no. I mean, watching the bullpen going in, like, the guys are doing a really good job, and I'm really proud of them. And I think I'm there to help them too. So I was just trying to help, and like Garcia too. He will help when he had the chance. So we are just trying to help the team to win.
Anything else? Back left.
Jeremy, you talked about grinding through at bats, just staying consistent in your approach. As that game goes on, how difficult is it not to just say, you know what, I want to just end this on one swing of the bat, or try to? How were you able to stay focused on what you were trying to do?
I feel like in the playoffs, you can't try to do too much, especially as the later the game goes. You just got to get on base, and pass it off to the next hitter. Just work small, base, hitter, and good things will happen.
Anything else? Go on the back left.
Dusty, can you just start with Lance? You said the other day that this is a different team with him healthy and him starting this thing off with 6 scoreless. What does that say about him, and what does that mean?
It says a lot. I mean, we didn't even know Lance was going to pitch because he had been sick. And so, he worked on himself. Our fitness staff worked on him. And, I'd have had to I had to fight him, for him not to pitch because he loves to pitch. He loves to pitch in these kind of games and these scenarios. And boy, it was excuse me. Our pitching staff did a heck of a job here. Theirs did a heck of a job, especially tonight on us. And because it's hard to hold somebody scoreless for that long on both sides. And this is some team. These guys they grind and grind and grind, and then sooner or later, we broke through.
Go over on the far left, Keegan.
Dusty, when you were getting through those later innings there, mental exhaustion, physical exhaustion play in, but where does experience take over? The fact your team has been through this so many times.
Well, experience is very important, and people are discounting experience sometimes, and in the world. And these guys, they know not to panic. They don't get too excited. They don't get too down. Excuse me. And it means a lot once you've been through it. And then you go through it again and again and again, and you sort of expect excellence. And that's what this team expects out of itself. And, we didn't know who the hero was going to be tonight, but we were hoping that we'd have somebody. And we had somebody in Pena. And, this whole series, it's been different guys. But our pitching staff and our bullpen did a heck of a job during this whole series.
Go in the back over here.
Dusty, Pena has been in the mix in all of these game-winning
Yes.
situations. Like, did you sense that he was a kid who had this in him?
Yeah, you never know until you get there, but you could tell, by his brightness in his eyes and his alertness on the field that, he wasn't scared and he wasn't fazed by this. And, boy, he's been a godsend to us, especially since we lost Carlos, because this could have been, a disastrous situation, had he not performed the way he has, and he's only getting better. And, that's what you want. You want, these young players to improve. And if you see improvement, especially in a short period of time, the sky's the limit on where they can go. And we were all young at once upon a time, and we remember the exuberance of youth, but you also surrounded by experience on this club. And we have a great mixture. We have a great mixture period of experience and look the job Hunter Brown did. He did a great job. These guys are a lot older than they play. No, I didn't mean that. They're a lot older than their time in the big leagues.
Go in the front row here.
And you have almost all of your pitching staff under contract for next year, too. How important is that kind of continuity for a staff going into next season, having the success you're having?
Well, that's very important. And, a lot of these guys were on the team, excuse me, during the COVID year. A lot of them cut their teeth, during the playoffs during that time. And then it accentuated itself last year and into this year. So, they're unfazed by the pressure. And the quicker you can get used to the pressure, the better you will perform and the less you feel pressure. And, I love these young guys. And the old dudes too, but I really love the young guys because they follow, the old dudes.
Go on the back left.
You talked about the pitching staff performance, but Garcia basically made a start in the back
Yes.
end there. How big was that, and what is the fact that you guys have 5, 6, 7 kind of starting pitchers? What does that do for you down the road in the postseason?
Well, that's going to do a lot, especially when you get in extra innings like this. You're not going through everybody on your staff, and we still had Urquidy, that could give us innings too. And, I remember against the Mets when I was with the Giants, we ran out of pitching. And I mean, that's a terrible feeling, you know, to run out of pitching. And you're not matching up. You're just going on who's left. And you know, we had some innings in the tank, so to speak. And you know, he was great. I mean, you know, to pitch extra innings like that, I mean, that was a start for him. You know, when you guy kind of come out of the bullpen, he can go 5 innings or more, and then you got another guy, and so it's a very secure feeling when you know that you have innings and you have quality in your bullpen.
I'll go in the front here.
And focusing on pitching too, I mean, can you tell us what you saw out of Mariners pitchers today, and even broader, I mean, what are you expecting out of this team going forward, challenging for you
Well,
guys?
we're expecting this, you know, more of the same, and you know, just build on the positiveness that you took from this series and from the series before this, and you know, you can build on that, and you know, it gives our team a lot of confidence when you know that, you know, we didn't walk many guys today. You know, we kept the ball in the ballpark, and you know, it's a very, very good feeling. And the pitchers know if they throw strikes that our guys will catch the ball. You know, like as a general rule, we don't give away outs, which always ends up costing you.
All right.